child screaming. And it's such a lovely place. Why would they be crying? Hi, welcome to my studio. So I'm working on an assemblage, which is also a collage, and some different mediums as well. I'm not sure where this piece is going to be shown. Behind you, where I'm recording, is Hurricane Irene, and she is going to be in a show called Reappearance at the Art Lab in Snow Harbor Cultural Center. And it's their annual fundraiser. Hope this is not too loud. Maybe lower it a little bit. One of my favorite songs, the theme from Downton Abbey by John Lunn. They're having their ribbon cutting for the gallery. They redid the gallery, and it is indeed quite lovely. And they're going to be celebrating, they have a guest of honor named Elizabeth Bennett, who was, she was working with the Council of the Arts on Staten Island. Wonderful gal. First time I met her, I was with my father, and I was part of an arts collective. She wants to be in the picture. So I had the honor of meeting her, and she was just a lovely woman, very, very conscientious and aware of the needs of Staten Island and what their vision is regarding the arts. So that's exciting that we'll be honoring her. Save the date, it's November 4th from 6 to 9 in the Art Lab. And there will be musical entertainment by Chris Kaiser Trio, the Chris Kaiser Trio. There's going to be a 50-50, and we'll have food and wine. The food is really good. They've always had very good food there. I think it's a buffet. And if you need to inquire, info, artlabsi.org, 718-447-8667. They're also doing a call to artists. So it's called Reappearance, the show. And I'll have two pieces, the Orcas, and Hurricane Irene, which I flashed you right there. The Diane Roche painting. I'll explain that a little bit more. That piece is done. One of my favorite abstractions. She's not for sale, but prints are available if you'd like. Just inquire. So today I'm working on this piece, and you could see I have a few more pieces over here to add, and then of course I need to do something on the other side here. So sorry. Yes. And that's happening. I'm excited for you to see the new walls downstairs, because they just redid the gallery space, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's actually, I think, one of the best gallery spaces in the borough. We have quite a few now. Years ago, that was all we had. Since then, we've had the Conference House, Lenape Gallery, and they also opened the house and have had shows inside the Conference House. And the Garibaldi Medici Museum has a great space. I had a solo show there. I forgot completely about what once was, which was a show featuring the ruins and former trees that were cut down at Mountain Ressa. And I was actually sponsored to have that show. It was exciting. You know what I'm thinking now too? The colleges, both Wagner College and St. John's University, also have some pretty interesting spaces for gallery spaces. What other space is really nice to show in Staten Island? Nape. The Alice Austin House has a nice show of space. I've never shown, actually no, that's not true. I did show there one of my pieces on ocean liners, which I no longer have. I have to see if I can get a photo of that. Was shown there in an exhibit with Dur Scott, architect and engineer Dur Scott. I think he was an engineer. I don't remember. But that was going back like 30 years ago. And that's a great space of gallery space, mostly for like photographs, which I should probably put my encaustics in, because I do work with photographs and altered paintings. Let me show you my portrait. Hang on. Let's start to grab it. It's still in progress, so don't judge me. So here I am. As you can see, I have to really go in and tweak this area, a lot of areas. So that's going to be hung. We have an area when you come up from the art lab into our space. We have what's called the landing, the top landing. Actually, it's not the top landing. There is another landing above us, but it's closed off. Matter of fact, the entire attic in this building. I wish I could go up there. The beams are just like, they're massive. The whole structure above me is just incredible. The rafters basically is what it is. So when you come up into our area, it's a private area where we are. We're having open NYC, I think October 15th. Yes. Where we'll open our studios. We open our floor. And we have you come in and show you. We do some wine and cheese. We do, crackers and things like that. You can walk into the different studios that are here. So it's pretty nice. We're going to have open studios NYC. I think it's actually borough wide. It's throughout the boroughs. Wherever there are artists' studios participating, they will be opening their studios. I love studio tours. I love to visit people's studios. And since I'll be opening, I won't be able to travel and go see their studio space, which is unfortunate for me, but I will be open here, and I'll leave some more information as we get closer. So, I think that's basically it for now. Thank you for coming by and listening, and hope you like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my work. Like this piece, I have a whole series of collage assemblage, and with different mediums as well, that I've started. I must have about 30 of them, which I've not shown, and I need to get them mounted. I put it on canvas, but really this is probably going to have to go behind glass because it is 3D. And, you know, whenever you have something that's protruding, which you do, you know, the wear and tear of the elements, the humidity, the heat, when it gets cold, will wear your elements. So it's going to probably need to be in like a frame with glass over the top. I would think with spacers on the bottom, like an inch, so that it doesn't touch the glass. When I get to framing, I'll figure it out. So, but probably most of them that are 3D, I would think need to be like in some sort of, like a shadow box, but not as depth, not as much depth. Say for instance, something like this. This was a piece that I was doing, upcycle, recycle, and reuse. And you might look at it and say, well, what the heck is it? And this was something I was teaching my students. So this was like a prototype. And what this was, well, what do you think it looks like? These were bleached cornfields to bring awareness. Gosh, I've never seen so much bleaching like I've seen this year. But cornfields, from just the sun, the exposure, extreme exposure. So something like this would need to go, matter of fact, I really need to get it in a frame to preserve it and do some restoration as well. Oh, I'm not used to doing arm lifts. I hadn't given it a name yet. And there was another one I did around, no, I think that one's home. I did a couple of pieces. Just to give them an idea and a conversation about the bleaching that occurs during not just the summer. I mean, actually it's the exposure. High exposure from the sun, especially in our reefs, you know, which are in dire need of not just restoration but preservation. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for joining me again, and I hope to see you in the near future with some new pieces and new information about up-and-coming shows in the New York State area. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. Thanks for watching.